For complete database, you generate what? One database schema file. Okay, right? So database schema here. What is database schema here is database schema represent, okay, represent what here? Structure. Structure of which one? Model or structure of, okay, structure of which one? Database. Structure of database. So database schema is created automatically. Database schema file is created automatically. File is created automatically whenever migration is done on, whenever migration is done on which one? Models. Whenever migration is done on which one? Models. Generally, migration is not done on models. Migration is done on what? Application. So whenever you do migration on what? Application, it look for what? Models, right? So whenever you migrate it, automatically it will create which file? Database schema file. Okay. So database schema file represent your database. Underlying database schema file represent your underlying what? Database. Underlying database. That you call it as which one? Database schema. Database schema represent, again I am writing database. Database schema represents, okay, underlying which one? Database. It represents underlying. So underlying what here? Database. So then how you create a database schema? So what is the use of database schema? You understood? Okay, it is used by whom? DJANGO. DJANGO what? Developers. For what? Debugging purpose. For what here? Debugging purpose. Debugging purpose, you'll try to use which one? Database schema. Then how to create? How to create database schema? How to create database schema, right? So this process, generally you call it as migration process. You just use the command python manage.py. Python manage.py. What is the command is? Make what? Migrations. Python manage.py. Make a migration. So this migrations is generated for which application? The application which is installed. The applications which are installed, for all that applications, it will create which file? For all those, it will create which file? Schema file, database schema file. So what is the name of the command is? Make migrations. Make migrations is the name of the command. Name of the command, right? Just to see here. Here, are you install the application? So before make migration, what do you do it? Install. Before make migration, before make migrations. So before make migrations, install what? Application first. Okay. So how you install the application? Go to settings.py. So just install. What is your application is? Application 1. So install the application first. In settings.py, install the applications, right? In settings.py, install the application first. Okay. Now your application is installed or not? Yes. After installing the application, what do you do it? Migrations. Okay, make migrations. Come to this place and write Python. What is this? Manage.py. Make migrations. Manage.py. Make migrations here. Now one file is created or not? Yes. What is the name of the file? 0001 underscore initial dot py. What is this file is called? This is called which file? Migration file. The same thing you call it as database schema file. So this file contains the structure of which one? Database. This file contains the structure of the, sorry, this file contains the structure of database. How many times you do migrations? How many times you do migrations? Only one time. But whenever you do changes in model, you have to do migrations. Whenever you do changes in model, you have to do what? Migrations. Okay. Now you can see, just open this file. You have one folder, right? Where it is created in migrations. Inside your application folder, what is the folder name? Migrations. Open this folder. Sorry, open this folder. Inside this folder, you have what? 0001 underscore initial dot py. So is it generated with one version number or not? Yes. Suppose you do changes in model. Again, you do migration. Then 0002. Again, you do changes and again migrated. Then what will happen? 0003. Means you have done changes how many times? 3 times. And you want to know what are the changes you have done? Just open this file. Just open this file. Okay. Just open this file and you can see generated on this date and time, and migration is the name of the class. Migration operations. What is the name of the model is? Student model. What are the fields are? All these are fields or not? Yes. But are you created how many fields? Roll number, name, course and what? Fields. But it is added one more field or not? Yes. What is the name of the field? ID. What is the name of that field? ID. Means every model or every table automatically it will create one primary key field. Okay, every by default it will create one field. What is the name of that field? ID. If you don't create a primary key field, your model automatically add one field. What is the name of that here? ID. It means primary key field is compulsory or not? Primary key field is compulsory or not? Yes. If you don't add primary key field, who's adding a primary key field? Django. Who's adding it? Django. So this is schema. This is nothing but what here? Schema. Understood? So what are the operations you have done? You created one model. So create model. These operations will be done on what? Actual database. This operation will be done on actual database. So what is the name of the model is? Student model. Then how you apply this schema to the database? How you apply this schema to your database? Okay, how you apply this schema to what? Database? Then you have to say what? Migrate. Migration, migrate. Migration, and then what? Migrate. Means you migrate this database schema to what? Database. So that process you call it as which one? Migrate. Is nothing but converting which code? Python code into what? SQL equivalent code. That you call it as which one? Migrate. Migrations, migrate. Make migration and then migrate. So convert this model into what? Table. Convert this model into what? Table. So that you can call it as which one? Migrate. So migrate, when you say migrate, internally it will generate which statement? SQL statement. Internally it will generate which statement? SQL statement, and create a table with what name? Model name. Create table with what name? Model name. If it is exists, it will exist. It refers to what? Existing. If it is not exist, what will happen? Create. Getting on. So how many times you do migrations and migrate? Only one time. But whenever you do changes, you have to say migration and what? Migrate. Understood? So then next is after migration, next what you have to do? Migrate it. After that, what you have to do? Migrate it. Okay, first migrations and then what? Migrate. So migrating. So you understood this, what is migration is? Migration is a process of creating what? Database schema. You create a database schema understand by or equivalent database schema related with what? Database. Then this database schema you convert into what? Database equivalent by generating which statement? SQL statement. SQL statement. I'll tell you how to generate an SQL statement also. Then next one is what? Migrate. So migrate. Next command is what? Migrate. So migrating is nothing but converting database schema into SQL statement, equivalent SQL statements, right? So migrate. So migrate is a process of converting which one? Database schema. Database schema. It means without migrations. Okay, without migrations, you cannot do what? Migrate. Whenever you say migrate, it is looking for which one? Schema. Whenever you say migrate, it is looking for which one? Database schema. What is that database schema is? 001 underscore init dot py. Getting or not? So initial dot py, right? So migrate is a process of converting database schema into what? Underlying SQL, underlying what? SQL statement. So it's nothing but building a table. It's nothing but building a table. How you create a table? By just saying migrate. Or you can say creating or referring to which table? Existing table. That is done by using which one? Migrate. Just to see Python. Next is what? Python. Sorry. Next is what? Python. So Python manage dot py. What do you write here? Migrate. Make migration and then what? Migrate. What is the command name is? Migrate. So is it applying to all the applications or one application? All the applications. It is applied to what? All the applications, but you don't want for all the applications. It means in your database, it will create models for your application or all the applications? All the applications. How many applications are installed? See here. Admin. Array, one. ये पूरा क्या है यार? So it is what? Admin is there, authentication is there, content type is there, sessions is there, messages is there, static files is there, and one more is F1. Means is it generate models for all these or not? Yes. Suppose in admin is predefined or user defined? Predefined. If that admin application is having any models, it will generate models for which one? Admin. Means it will create a table for what? Admin. Just go to SQL command prompt. Just say use. What is your database is? DB test. Then show what? Tables. So you can see tables. Application one underscore. What is the model? Student model. So your table name is what now? Student model. Authentication underscore what? Group. So here, these are predefined applications or user defined? Predefined. But what is our application is? Application one. What is my table name is? Student model. Just to say describe. Describe. What is table name is? Application one dot student model. You don't want to create table with this name, then you can change the name. Now you can see ID, roll number, name, course, and page. Create a table or not? Yes. Understood? Okay. Yes. Just practice up to this today. Now, tomorrow we'll see more on this, like how to work with the models. So migrate is a process where you convert this database schema into what? Underlying database equivalent SQL statement. Means it just execute SQL statement using this database schema. Which SQL statement it execute? Only one SQL statement, that is create or replace. create or replace. It will create a table or it will replace the table. Okay, then after this, open the database backend, and here you check. Okay, right? Here you verify your database tables are created. See, developing project is not so easy. Remember that. So don't think that it is just A plus B, A minus B, right? So if you develop very big project, you find a lot of tables and you generate relationship among what those tables. Now you are working on local server, but you may install your application in what development server. That server might be in AWS. That server might be in cloud, right? Then how you deploy your application in what cloud? Nowadays everything in what cloud, but your server is development server or production server, development server. And not only that, you are just writing the code in what VS code. But are you maintaining any versions? No. You want to maintain versions, then you should use what? Git and GitHub. Git and what? GitHub. Now you have to push all this code into what? Git and GitHub so that other people can do the change. Other people can view the code and if required, they can do changes or not. Yes. So version controlling can be done by using Git. So don't think that project means just writing in VS Code only. So in real time, you maintain a lot of things. Let us discuss more on this. Not today, but we'll see tomorrow. Right? Thank you. We'll stop it here. Tomorrow we'll continue. Thank you. Right. Hmm. What? It's called MySQL database. You know, आपको database मालूम है? नहीं मालूम है? मालूम है? सीख रहे? MySQL सीख रहे? फिर पाइथन में सीखे? मैंने पाइथन में सीखे क्या MySQL? हाँ, पहले MySQL इंस्टॉल करो. MySQL डेटाबेस इंस्टॉल करे तो आपको याद है MySQL कमांड लाइन बोलते हैं. ओपन दिस. ओपन दिस. इंस्टॉल. हाँ, एक बार देखो आप. MySQL तो अभी नहीं बता सकता मैं. ये बोले तो ऑलरेडी सबको मालूम है. అడ్మిన్ అడగండి వాళ్ళు లింక్ ఇస్తారు.